All right. Another trip. FSD 12.6.4. It's going to be one of our longer trips, but good testing. Nevertheless, today it may be hard to pick up on the camera, but there's like a sandstorm, a dirt storm. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's been pretty windy today in the 40, 50 mile an hour winds. And as you can tell, it's just orange and brown outside. The sun should have been over here, but it's all bad. So we will see how FSD handles this. It's like each video, there's a new element here in North Texas. So coming up to our first roundabout, I've reported this, and as you all know, there are some reflectors on this ground, so FSD doesn't pick those up at all. So what I usually do is disengage, not respecting reflectors on the ground, pick it back up, get through that roundabout. I didn't report it last time, so go. One of those things where kind of just used to it at this point. It is what it is. Coming up here, this is some new construction for sure. It says power lines. And okay, so we're going through this. A lot of cones in the road. It is respecting all the cones, which is good. 35 max speed set. I have that auto offset at 40%. Doing good. Navigating all these cones once again. Definitely something new going on here with all the cones. Okay, nevertheless, we're out of that section there. Got a green light. I'm hoping traffic is not as crazy. Obviously, I'll fast forward any areas that we're sitting, but we'll see. Again, it's abysmal. It's almost similar to areas that are fire prone. I'm originally from California, so fires were often happening, and it's just, you really can't see anything besides, as far as the sky is concerned, there's no blue. You can't see the sun. It's thick right now, and I would show the vehicle from the outside the amount of dirt that's on there just over the past couple hours. So again, one of the things that we'll pay attention to with this dirt and dust is if it happens to block one of the cameras. Right now the cameras look good. But we'll play it by ear and see. Okay. Okay, taking off. Good speed. Right at our mark there. Now we are on hurry mode, so we are going to emulate the flow of traffic to the best of our ability here. Right now we're doing 57 in the 50. No problems with that for me. Passing over this bridge. We had some storms and stuff like that. Yeah, this is crazy. The amount of dust that's in the air is big time. I don't know if I can even pull it up on the app, the weather, but nevertheless, we're looking good. FSD hasn't given me any warnings outside of when I had to disengage and do all that good stuff, but that was me purposefully disengaging. So So we will see. Okay, so we're gonna take this lane. There is a little bit of traffic buildup coming up, so we'll see how that is handled. Maybe supposed traffic. It doesn't look too bad. We'll see though. We'll also see if we attempt to change a lane. I don't know if we will because there's a nah. Okay, timing wise, we're doing pretty good. Okay. They kind of put their turn signal on and then stopped. So there's a little bit of hesitancy from the vehicle, which is rightfully so. As human drivers, we would probably do the same. If you saw someone that would put on a right turn signal, you'd assume they'd be turning right, and then if they, quickly remove that turn signal, it's like, oh, they changed their mind, they're going straight, right? But they still ended up turning right. So that hesitancy that FSD had is fully valid. No issues on my end with that. Okay, so we're coming up to a light. I don't believe this lane, this is a construction zone. I don't believe there's a turning lane. So FSD is doing the good thing and getting over. Is there? No. So good part on FSD to recognize, one, obviously we're going to take the lane that has less traffic, but two, getting stuck in a lane that doesn't have a turning lane, then you have to wait, and yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, so we're taking off. We were courteous and let this person go. Going through this intersection here. Good speed again. No issues with that. I've been looking and will continue to monitor it, but I've reported this in the last video, last couple videos, that the lane centering has improved, and this 12.6.4 build, I mean, really every build before this was the vehicle favoring the left side of any one lane. So, so far so good. It's been pretty well well centered. So that's a great takeaway. Another odd intersection coming through here. There's just a lot of construction on this highway, so you'll get lanes that are uneven, offset, a little bit of everything here. And that's why, again, I do my best to highlight routes that sometimes may be temporary or unplanned or knowingly have something going on, because truly to be confident in FSD is to see it react and react to different scenarios, and see how it handles. And that's honestly, outside of just loving technology to begin with, it's seeing build over build the improvements, but also seeing FSD handle very well the unexpected and the unplanned. Yeah, there are times too where you say, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna take over because I'm being safe, or I just want to take over. That's completely fine. But I've had scenarios where I just let it go, whether it's construction zones, accidents, things like that, and it's navigated properly. So that's always exciting for me to see and witness and be a part of. And I hope for you all out there too, as you become comfortable, or if you're veterans in the FSD, that you report those positive outcomes too. I know online there's a lot of negative, which again, I can report my negative as well. But I think for all the hard work, AI team and all the other engineers, developers have done to get us to this point, it should be applauded and praised for sure. Okay, so checking on our speed. We're doing 64 right now relative to the flow of traffic. There's a truck that's going heavy right now on the speed, so we let him go. And this is comfortable. I mean, the hurry is set for 70. That's the max with that 40% offset. I'm comfortable with that. Now we are in the fastest lane, and so we'll notice if a vehicle starts to approach us any closer, we should take this middle lane to let them pass. Right now, the vehicle behind us is at a pretty good distance, but we'll see what happens there. It's still super dark. At this point, 7 o'clock with the daylight savings, we should still definitely be seeing bright sun, like blinding sun, because we are we're heading west. Okay, so again, this isn't fog. These aren't clouds. This is literally just dust in the air. So lights are on for most folks if they got their auto beams on, stuff like that, because again, it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's remarkable the different stages of weather that North Texas goes through on a daily basis, and it with the flip of a switch. I think that's the most unique part about being out here in Texas. It could look like this. It's 80 degrees outside. Tomorrow it could be 40 degrees. You don't you don't ever rule out anything when it comes to weather in North Texas. So again, it just gives us an opportunity to continue to test FSD. This was the same street or the same highway that I took when it was snowing and it was -5, -6 with wind chill, right? That same street, it's 80 degrees now. It could get 100, 110 out here during the summer. So it's a big swing for sure. Okay, so starting to slow down a bit. We were traveling comfortably at that hurry max. And again, my offset is set for 40%. Okay, so kind of do the math, 50 mile an hour, 40% offset. It had it set for 70 miles per hour max, which I'm completely comfortable with that. Relative to the flow of traffic, that's acceptable for me. Now, again, you can set those to whatever you like or you prefer in the menu here. So, all right. Got through those pair of lights. We'll be going through this intersection and then getting in this left lane in order to make a left. Kind of take this back road approach as we're getting into downtown Denton. Letting them pass, giving ourselves a right of way there. Okay, I'm gonna take this left. It's a yielding green. So these are always interesting. These are always the scenarios where, again, like in that case, if I was driving, I probably would have just got out there. And probably for the individual behind us, they're probably like, "Hey, what are we doing right now?" You know. But it's all about safety first, and it's all about what FSD deems the safest route, the safest turns, the safest actions to take under any given situation. Okay, so that's one thing that's critical for folks that are new to FSD, as well as folks that have, been using it for a while now. FSD ultimately is not going to be based on your specific driving habits, right? It's ultimately going to be what's going to be the safest measure, even if you don't make a light. Especially when we're talking about unprotected lefts, you may be sitting for a while. The last thing you want to do, even if you were driving as a human, is try to force something and someone else isn't paying attention. Not even blaming yourself, but someone else isn't paying attention and clips your vehicle. You can get T-boned. There's so many different scenarios, right? So sometimes it's best to plan accordingly. Okay, so going back on this, going through this back road here, handling so far so good. It seems like it's still, I can't call it fog. It's still just the air quality is still very poor, but it's gone from an orangish brown to a more fog-like color here outside. And again, I don't believe it's really picking up the situation out here on the camera. So hopefully it's looking clear on your end there. Going through here. Looking good though. I mean, we're well over 20 minutes. No critical disengagements. No acceleration nudges. no questionable movements, turns, or jerkiness. We have a few minutes to our destination here, so we actually made it quicker than the estimated time. That's usually never a thing on a Friday evening. It's usually traffic everywhere, so that's good. So as we approach downtown, it's just like any downtown area, you know. You have to be watchful of the surroundings. There's a lot more um, pedestrians walking, making unplanned movements and crossing streets without crosswalks. So we'll definitely keep our eye out on that. Okay, up and away. Vehicles, we got a lot of one-way streets coming out here, so make that lane change. And it was super important that we made the lane change prior to passing the intersection. So again, I reported that on a couple of last videos that it's been doing better at not making lane changes through an intersection. Again, doing a great job at lane centering. I did notice earlier there was a little bit of hugging the left, but definitely not as much as it has been in the past. And there's going to be certain situations that the vehicle will just naturally hug the left and or right lane at given points. Okay, so this is a one-way street. So we came to complete stop, crossing, and then we're gonna make a left on this other one-way street. We do have traffic coming west to east, but that's about it. Okay, they're creeping out. We'll need to still come to our stop, our complete stop, and then make that left. There's a person there. Okay, and then our next goal is to get to this right-hand lane because our destination is coming up. So, hey, y'all, looking at almost 30 minutes. I say this is a flawless drive. No issues to report. That only disengagement was me, so no issues there. Definitely let me know your thoughts, what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next trip. All right, thank you.